لیسنینگ ها رو گوش میدیم. اگر جای لیسنینگ متن لیسنینگ نداشت ما لیسنینگش رو خودمون با هم تمرین میکنیم. خب making changes بسازید تغییرات رو. Two subject in the unit and first subject compare houses and apartments. مقایسه کنید houses big house and apartment buildings. Discuss life changes. بحث کنید در مورد تغییرات زندگی. Discuss life changes. خب مباحثی که توی این درس اومده رو word power, homes, قدرت کلمات. These words are used to describe houses and apartments which are positive, which are negative. Okay, bright. Bright is light. Comfortable is easy to use. Convenient and comfortable synonym, each other synonym. The same mean. Easy to use. Cramped, this picture show us cramped limit space and he isn't comfortable this space. Cramped limit space. Dangerous, I know about this. Dangerous something is very maybe harm and everything is difficult. Dark is not light. In the night you have a dark. Dingy, very dirty. Dingy is very dirty. Expensive, so high price. Huge, very big place. Very is opposite cramped. Cramped opposite huge. Inconvenient opposite convenient. Convenient so easy for use. Inconvenient not easy to use. Modern so new subject for everything. Modern new things and have a technology. Noisy, a lot of voice in the air. Private have a time for yourself and have a own things for yourself. Quite not quite and noisy opposite. Opposite a lot of voice, quite nothing voice. Round down. If round down we use for this everything is old. فرسوده. Round down everything is old. Safe you didn't have a lot of problem and don't everything is safety. Small so opposite huge. So big not big. Spacious the same huge. Synonym huge. Spacious بزرگ و جادار. Work, pair work. Tell your partner to positive and to negative futures of your house or apartment. Imagine about these and speak about these futures of your house and apartment in the next time. Okay. For example, I live in a nice neighborhood. I live in a nice neighborhood. Is safe and very convenient. Safe and convenient. Positive positive adjective about this. However, also the apartment is a little compared and kind of expensive. Is a little compared. However, the apartment is a little cramped. Cramped in here, this picture show me little space, a little cramped and kind of expensive. Kind of expensive. This is an idiom and not high price for this. Okay. Next part, two perspectives, view, side means how's your new apartment? How's your new apartment? Listen this and practice together.
Unit 3. Making changes. Page 16. Exercise 2. Perspectives. How's your new apartment? Part A. Listen to a family talk about their new apartment. Which opinions are about the building or the neighborhood? Which are about the apartment?
Okay, listen to a family talk about. Family talk about, I hear about talk about their new apartment. Discuss about this new apartment, about their new apartment. Family discussed about this. Which opinion, which idea are about the building or neighborhoods? Which opinions are about buildings or neighbors is very important. I found it which one about building, which about neighborhood, which are about the apartment. Three items: building, neighborhood, or apartment.
I don't like living in an apartment. We don't have as much privacy as we had in our old place.
I just can't sleep at night. The neighbors make too much noise. The building isn't as quiet as our old one.
The new apartment is too dark and too hot. There aren't enough windows.
Our new apartment isn't big enough for our family. We don't have a big kitchen anymore, so cooking is difficult.
The location is just as convenient as the old one, but there aren't as many good restaurants around.
Okay, I listening this five part about perspectives, and after this I again listening and figure out subject. Okay.
Unit 3. Making changes. Page 16. Exercise 2. Perspectives. How's your new apartment? Part A. Listen to a family talk about their new apartment. Which opinions are about the building or the neighborhood? Which are about the apartment?
Number 1.
I don't like living in an apartment.
I don't like living in apartment. I focus about the in. Use this living in. For this sentence, I know about it. I don't like. I dislike living in an apartment. Continue.
Don't have as much privacy as
We don't have as much privacy. I don't have as much privacy. We use as the same. I don't have as much privacy for your own place, for own.
had in our old place.
We had in our old place compared to situation in new apartment and old place. Before you use this, we had in, we now about after had I use in our old place, in an apartment, in our old place. I figure out about this subject about apartment and compare to old place.
I just can't sleep at night. The neighbors make too much noise. The building isn't as quiet as our old one.
Okay, I just can't sleep at night. Have a problem. It's very noisy. The neighbors make too much noisy. Make noise. I know about this. I can. Which word use noise? Make noise, and describe a lot. Make too much noise. I find it. These sentences, part two, told us have a problem with neighbors. That building isn't as quiet and compare or old one in the past. Number three,
The new apartment is too dark and too hot. There aren't enough windows.
okay, the new apartment is too dark and too hot. Discuss and complaining about in the light. Light in this word describe about the number three. This word bright and dark opposite. The new apartment is too dark and too hot. A lot of when I use dark and hot, I can use too. There aren't enough windows. There aren't enough windows is complaining about apartment and problems in the apartment. Number four,
Our new apartment isn't big enough for our family.
our new apartment isn't big enough for our family. Isn't big enough. Isn't enough windows. Is help us now how to use aren't, isn't enough windows, isn't big enough. Is good sentences for our family.
We don't have a big kitchen anymore, so cooking is difficult.
We don't have a big kitchen anymore. Suitable kitchen anymore. I didn't have kitchen suitable for us anymore. So cooking is difficult. So is then cooking is difficult. Compare about kitchen and doing cooking. A lot of problem. Big enough is this apartment. We can use another cramped. Cramped synonym for these sentences isn't big enough. Isn't big enough. Cramped. We now cramped space. Number five.
The location is just as convenient as the old one, but there aren't as many good restaurants around.
The location, the area is just as convenient. Convenient, I know, easy to use. As convenient as is a very good sentence. As convenient as the old one, and compare the past. Old one, old our one, old our house. But there aren't as many. There aren't as many good restaurants around. Restaurant around comparable. Didn't have enough restaurant, and it's good about in the old one. Compare together. Okay, I finished this part, and Part B, look at the opinion again. Talk about similar problems you have. Talk about together. Talk about, look at the opinion. Opinion help you to find it, another opinion, and the similar opinion, similar problem can be you have. Number A and B, my next door neighbors make too much noise. They have parties every Saturday. They have parties every Saturday. My brother has the same problem. My brother has the same problem. His neighbors band practices all weekend. Band practices. Okay, go to grammar focus, and after first listening and after try to learning.
Page 17, Exercise 3, Grammar Focus, Evaluations and Comparisons. Evaluations with adjectives.
Our apartment isn't big enough for our family.
This apartment is too hot.
Evaluations with nouns.
There aren't enough windows.
The neighbors make too much noise.
Comparisons with adjectives.
The building isn't as quiet as our old one.
The location is just as convenient as the old one.
Comparisons with nouns.
We don't have as many bedrooms as we used to.
We don't have as much privacy as we had.
Okay. Grammar focus about evaluation and comparisons. Evaluations, names about evaluation. Evaluation, when you judge about something, about the moment, number, value, something. Assessment, the making of a judgment about the amount, number, of value of something. Assessment, the evaluation of each method is very good sentences that describe evaluations. Comparisons, compare when you use two things together and comparing together and finding positive and negative two things together. Comparisons. Okay, for describe comparisons, we can tell a consideration or estimate of similarities or dissimilarities between two things or people. Okay, I know about this title, evaluation, assessment, and compare two things. Okay.
Page 17, Exercise 3, Grammar Focus, Evaluations and Comparisons. Evaluations with adjectives.
Evaluations is assessment with adjective. Adjective used for noun. Describe noun.
Our apartment isn't big enough for our family.
Our apartment isn't big enough. It isn't big enough. Focus for this for our family. I describe my apartment, our apartment. I for a space, limit space. in here. Cramped. Cramped isn't isn't big enough compared. Cramped isn't big enough for our family. Evaluation with noun. There aren't enough windows.
This apartment is too hot.
This apartment is too hot. Complaining about something. Too hot, very warm. Very warm. We use too hot, no, very warm. This apartment is too hot, too dark.
Evaluations with nouns.
Evaluation with nouns. Assessment about something with nouns.
There aren't enough windows.
There aren't enough windows. I find it enough, big enough isn't. But windows non-countable. Big use aren't enough windows.
The neighbors make too much noise.
And I find it noise uncountable noun and use too much, too many, no, too much noise. The neighbors make too much noise.
Comparisons with adjectives.
The building isn't as quiet as our old one.
Okay, comparing evaluation and comparing. Evaluations have a problem and describe about these. Comparisons between two things, new building and old one. The building isn't as quiet. Comparisons we use as and adjective between this. The building isn't as quiet as our old one. I figure out when can use compare two things. I use as and adjectives between. The building isn't as quiet as our old one.
The location is just as convenient as the old one.
The location is area is just as convenient as. Just convenient, almost together, coming together, and I find it just as adjectives between, and the two things between two things. The location, the old one. The location is just as convenient as the old one.
Comparisons with nouns.
Comparisons with nouns. Compare two things.
We don't have as many bedrooms as we used to.
We don't have as many bedrooms as we used to. Compare, we don't have. We used to. Compare in the past and in the now. We don't have as many bedrooms. Noun bedrooms, many bedrooms is help us countable. Bedrooms are non-countable. As many bedrooms as we used to. Compare two things, two situation. New situation and old situation we used to. Next.
We don't have as much privacy as we had.
We don't have the same sentences, but privacy is non-countable, and we use much, no, many for bedrooms as countable noun, privacy much, as we had. Two situation, we don't have as much privacy as we had. Okay. Be practice a lot about things, and after figure out this grammar. Okay, imagine you are looking for a house or an apartment for rent. Just imagine, you searching for house or an apartment to rent, to lend. Read the two ads in about advertisement. Then rewrite the opinions using their words in part parentheses, compare with a partner. Rewrite opinion using the words. Okay, two picture for rent. Picture number 1 for rent. Spacious. I know, huge. Spacious. Modern house is very new apartment. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathrooms in quiet suburb. Quiet suburb area is very quiet. This location is very quiet. Suburb is quiet. Suburb about area. Suburb out of city. And outlying describe of city, especially a residential one. A highly representable suburb of Chicago. 20 miles from downtown, 2-car garage, 1,500 per month. Next page, comfortable apartment. Comfortable, I know about convenient apartment. Another means 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, downtown near subway about train, 1 parking space, built in 1920. $900 per month. Okay, number 1, the house is 20 miles from downtown. We use 2, is too far from downtown. Okay, isn't not convenient enough. Is not convenient enough. It's too inconvenient. It isn't enough. Or use there isn't enough for enough convenient enough. Number 3, it has only 1 bathroom, not enough. Number 4, the rent is very high. The rent is too expensive. Number 5, the apartment is too old. Number 6, there are only 2 bedrooms, not enough. It is not spacious enough. Spacious is about huge. It's not huge. Spacious. There is only 1 parking space. Only 1 park is not enough parking space. Listening part 4.
Page 18, Exercise 4, Pronunciation. Unpronounced vowels. Part A. Listen and practice. The vowel immediately after a stressed syllable is sometimes not pronounced.
Average. Different. Separate. Comfortable. Interesting. Vegetable.
Okay.
Page
Pronunciation about silent vowels and unpronounced.
18, Exercise 4, Pronunciation. Unpronounced vowels. Part A. Listen and practice. The vowel immediately after a stressed syllable.
Immediately after a stress syllable. Immediately is فوراً.
Is sometimes not pronounced.
Average.
Average silent A. Average.
Different.
Different. A silent E. Different.
Separate.
Separate. Separate is separate. Separate.
Comfortable.
Comfortable, no. Comfortable. O silent. Comfortable.
Interesting.
Interesting. Double E silent. Interesting.
Vegetable.
Vegetable. E silent. Vegetable. Okay, I figure out about this, and after listening part next.
Page 18, Exercise 4, Pronunciation. Page 18, Exercise 5, Listening. A home away from home. Part A. Listen to Josh describe a capsule hotel. Check true or false for each statement.
Okay, and now I show this conversation. Making changes, listening.
Welcome to the program, A Home Away from Home. Our guest tonight is Josh Phillips from Tennessee. Josh, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do?
Well, at the moment, I'm working as an English teacher in Tokyo, Japan. Tokyo is an exciting city, but sometimes it feels too big. It can take about an hour to go from one part of the city to another. When I don't feel like going all the way home, I sometimes stay in a capsule hotel.
A capsule hotel? Can you explain what that is?
Yeah, it's a hotel with lots of small rooms. Actually, they're not really rooms. They're spaces that are 2 meters by 1 meter and only a meter high, so they're very cramped. But the hotel is just as convenient as a regular hotel and not as expensive.
And what's inside each little room? Or should I say each space?
Well, inside every capsule, there's a mattress, a TV.
A TV? Really?
Yeah, and a reading light, a radio, and an alarm clock. The hotel also has lockers for your personal belongings.
Interesting. So what kind of people stay in a capsule hotel?
Well, probably people like me. People who miss the last train home or don't want to go all the way home. Sometimes you're just too busy and tired, especially if you have to work early the next morning.
Interesting. So would you recommend a capsule hotel to other people?
Sure, the rooms are small, but you get used to it. But I wouldn't recommend a capsule hotel to people who can't relax in small, cramped spaces. There just isn't enough space.
Okay, listening this part, and conversation. Okay, come back in here. I listening this part. Tokyo sometimes feel too noisy. A capsule hotel is not as convenient as a regular hotel. Inside every capsule there is a TV, a radio, and alarm clock. The capsule is good option if you're busy and tired. Josh would recommend a capsule hotel to anyone. Okay, this here. No, no. Okay, a snapshot. A snapshot in here. Make a wish. Use a lot of quests, a lot of sentences about make a wish, a dream, about make a dream. Make a dream. Have a healthier lifestyle. داشتن یه سلامتی، زندگی سالم. Start my own business. Enjoy life more. Add more hours to the day. اضافه شدن ساعت ها به روزها. I wish. I make a wish. Do volunteer work. Go back to school. برگشتم به مدرسه. Improve my personality. Make to new home. Move to a new home. Make new friends. Spend more time with my family. Make a wish. Okay. Conversation and add this part. Conversation be conversation.
Page 18. Exercise 5. Page 19. Exercise 8. Conversation. I wish I could. Part A. Listen and practice.
So, are you still living with your parents, Dylan?
Yes, I am. But sometimes I wish I had my own apartment.
Why? Don't you like living at home?
It's okay, but my parents are always asking me to come home early. I wish they'd stop worrying about me.
Yeah, parents are like that.
Plus, they don't like my friends, and they won't stop criticizing them. I wish life weren't so difficult.
So, why don't you move out?
Hey, I wish I could, but where else can I get free room and board?
خب ما این قسمت با هم دیگه گوش دادیم، لیسنینگ کردیم. حالا من پارت به پارت میذارم و با هم دیگه دوباره گوشش میدیم.
Page 19. Exercise 8. Conversation. I wish I could.
I wish I could. ای کاش من میتونستم. I wish I could.
Part A. Listen and practice.
So, are you still living with your parents, Dylan?
Are you still living with your parent, Dylan? So, are you still living? Are you still living? یعنی که تو هنوز داری زندگی میکنی. Are you still living with your parents? با خانوادت هنوز داری زندگی میکنی؟
Yes, I am. But sometimes I wish I had my own apartment.
Yes, I am. But sometimes I wish I had my own apartment. اما بعضی اوقات من آرزو میکنم داشتم آپارتمان خودم.
Why? Don't you like living at home?
Why? Don't you like living at home? دوست نداری زندگی کنی در یه خونه؟ Don't you like دوست نداری living at home تو خونه زندگی کن. living at home مثلا هم بالا که گفت are you still living اینجا میگه که living at home.
It's okay, but my parents are always asking me to come home early.
It's okay, but my parents are always asking me. ولی همیشه پدر مادر من از من میپرسن are always asking me to come home early. بیام خونه خیلی زود. To come home early. To come home early.
I wish they'd stop worrying about me.
I wish they would stop. من آرزو کنم اونا توقف میکردن. I wish میخوایم بگیم اونها توقف کنن نگرانش رو. They would stop worrying about me. خیلی جمله خوبیه. They would stop worrying about me.
Yeah, parents are like that.
Yeah, parents are like that. پدر مادرها همین جوری هن. are like that. این شکلی هستن. are like that. Parents are like that. هستن این گونه. like that.
Plus, they don't like my friend.
Plus, they don't like my friends. پدر مادرای دوستای من اینجوری نیستن. این گونه نیستن. They don't like این گونه نیستن. They don't like این گونه نیستن. My friends. They don't like.
And they won't stop criticizing them.
And they won't stop criticizing me. criticizing یعنی که انتقاد گیری کردن، انتقاد کردن. criticizing me. اونها نمیخوان انتقادگیری از اونها رو متوقف کنن. They don't like my friends یعنی اونها دوستان منو دوست ندارن. They don't like. اونها توقف نمیکنن انتقادگیری کردن از اونها رو. criticizing them. اینجور گوش بده.
And they won't stop criticizing them.
criticizing them. یه دفعه دیگه.
Friends. And they won't stop criticizing them. Plus, they don't like my friends.
They don't like my friends. اونا دوستای منو دوست ندارن. They don't like my friends.
And they won't stop criticizing them.
And they won't stop criticizing them.
I wish life weren't so difficult.
I wish life weren't so difficult. من آرزو می‌کنم زندگی اینقدر سخت نبود. I wish life weren't so difficult. Life weren't so difficult. زندگی اینقدر سخت نبود.
So, why don't you move out?
Why don't you move out? برای چی جابجا نمیشی move out. Why don't you move out? Why don't you move out? چرا جابجا نمیشی؟
Hey, I wish I could, but where else can I get free room and board?
I wish I could. آرزو کردم من میتونستم. But where else can I get free room and board? board در واقع اون خدماتی هست که ما توی خونه دریافت میکنیم. میگه من کجا میتونم کجای دیگه چه جای دیگه ای where else چه جای دیگه ای can I get من میتونم بگیرم free room اتاق رایگان and board در واقع اون امکاناتی هستش که توی خونه بهش داده میشه. غذای رو میز در واقع رسیدگی هایی که توی خونه هستش. خب ما این دو تا لغت رو از توی متن یاد گرفتیم. یکی که criticizing انتقادگیری criticizing them انتقادگیری کردن از آنها. board یعنی در واقع اغذیه و تغذیه رایگان. و میریم قسمت بی اینو با هم دیگه گوش بدیم. Conversation, page 19, rest of conversation.
Page 19, Exercise 8, Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. What changes would Harry like to make in his life?
Yeah, it's sometimes pretty hard to pay the rent. I'm thinking of finding a new job.
Really? What kind of job would you like?
I'm not sure, but I wish I worked somewhere else. I'm tired of this place. I need to live somewhere more exciting.
I know what you mean. Hey, maybe we could move to a different city. We could even be roommates.
Yeah, maybe.
19.
خب این rest of conversation رو با هم دیگه گوش دادیم. حالا سوالی که مطرح میشه what changes would Harry like to make in his life چه تغییری رو would you like would he like اون دوست داره to make in his life change to make یعنی تغییر دادن در زندگی خودش. خب
Exercise 8. Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. What changes would Harry like to make in his life?
Yeah, it's sometimes pretty hard to pay the rent. میگه بعضی از وقتا یه جورایی خیلی سخت است. pretty hard بسیار به معنای در واقع much. pretty یعنی مثلا خیلی قشنگ و شکیل سخته تو pay the rent پرداخت کردن اجاره. I'm thinking of finding من در حال فکر کرده هستم که پیدا کنم یه شغل جدید. خب خیلی جمله خوبیه. I'm thinking of finding a new job. I'm thinking of finding a new job.
Yeah, it's sometimes pretty hard to pay the rent. I'm thinking of finding a new job.
Really? واقعا؟ What kind of job would you like? چه جور کاری رو دوست داری؟ Kind of job یعنی چه نوع شغلی رو would you like دوست داری؟ What kind of job would you like?
Really? What kind of job would you like?
I'm not sure. من مطمئن نیستم. But I wish I work somewhere else. من مطمئن نیستم اما من آرزو میکنم من کار میکردم جای دیگه ای. یک جای دیگه ای. Somewhere else. یک جای دیگه ای. I wish I work somewhere else. I'm tired of this place. من خسته شدم از اینجا. من خسته شدم. I'm tired of this place. I need to live somewhere more exciting. من نیاز دارم زندگی کنم جایی که هیجان بیشتری داره. I need to live somewhere. من نیاز دارم زندگی کنم یک جایی. I need to live somewhere more exciting. هیجان بیشتری داشته باشم. I need to live somewhere more exciting.
I'm not sure, but I wish I worked somewhere else. I'm tired of this place. I need to live somewhere more exciting.
I know what you mean. من میفهمم تو چی میگی. I know what you mean. منظور تو چیه؟ What you mean. I know what you mean. من میفهمم منظور تو چیه. I know من میدونم. What you know. What you mean. منظور تو چیه. Hey, maybe we could move to different city. Hey, ممکنه ما بتونیم بریم به یه شهر دیگه. یه شهر متفاوت دیگه ای. Maybe we could move to maybe we could move to a different city. یک شهر متفاوت. A different city. We could even be roommates. حتی ما میتونیم we could even be یعنی حتی ما میتونیم باشیم. We could even be. We could even be حتی ما میتونیم باشیم roommates. هم اتاقی. Yeah, oh, maybe. ممکنه.
I know what you mean. Hey, maybe we could move to a different city. We could even be roommates.
Yeah, maybe.
به قسمت گرامر فوکسش میرسیم که اینم نیاز داره که ما لیسنینگ کنیم. خیلی گرامر فوکسش مهمه. با هم دیگه گوشش میدیم.
Page 20. Exercise 9. Grammar focus. Wish. Use wish plus past tense to refer to present wishes.
I live with my parents. I wish I didn't live with my parents. I wish I had my own apartment.
Life is difficult. I wish it were easier. I wish it weren't so difficult.
I can't move out. I wish I could move out.
My parents won't stop worrying about me. I wish they would stop worrying about me.
خب ما این قسمت با هم دیگه گوش داریم، یک بار دیگه گوش میدیم و سعی میکنیم یادش بگیریم. Practice again.
Page 20. Exercise 9. Grammar focus. Wish. Use wish plus past tense to refer to present wishes.
میگه که استفاده کردن بیش به اضافه past tense گذشته فعل زمان گذشته اشاره داره به آرزوهای حال شما. present wishes. پس wish به اضافه past tense زمان گذشته اشاره to refer اشاره میکنه to present wishes آرزوهای الان شما. گوش میدیم ما هم دیگه.
I live with my parents.
I live with my parents. من زندگی میکنم با پدر و مادرم. اول یه توضیح میده بعد آرزوش رو میگه I live with my parents.
I wish I didn't live with my parents.
I wish I didn't. ببین wish به اضافه past tense. I didn't live. past tense میبینی گذشته است. I wish I didn't live with my parents. من آرزو میکنم زندگی نمی کردم با پدر مادرم.
I wish I had my own apartment.
I wish I had my own apartment. میبینید I wish I had past tense. I wish I had my own apartment. آپارتمان خودم رو داشتم. My own مال خودم.
Life is difficult.
Life is difficult. زندگی هست مشکل.
I wish it were easier.
I wish it were easier. خب برای easier یه ستاره گذاشته پایین توضیح داده. گفته for the verb be where is used with all pronouns after wish. میگه که همیشه باید برای بعد از استفاده کردن wish ما از اسمهای جمع استفاده کنیم. به خاطر این گفته were. هیچ جا was استفاده نمی کنه. I wish it were easier. I wish it were گذشته be هستش در واقع. easier زندگی بود آسان تر.
I wish it weren't so difficult.
یا اینکه بگیم I wish it weren't so difficult.
I can't move out.
I can't move out یعنی من نمیتونم جابجا شم. I can't move out. move out یعنی جابجا شدن. از جای نقل مکان کردن.
I wish I could move out.
I wish I could move out.
My parents won't.
I wish I could move out. ای کاش من میتونستم. I could گذشته کنه. I could move out.
Stop worrying about me.
My parents won't stop worrying about me. My parents won't گذشته در واقع منفی بوده. میگه که نبودند. My parents won't stop worrying. ببینید بعد از won't ing دارم میاد. worrying about me. won't stop worrying about me. I wish my parents حالا میگه
I wish they would stop worrying about me.
I wish they would stop worrying about me. او would گذشته ویله. They would stop worrying about me. I wish they would stop worrying about me. خب ما تمام لیستلینگ های درس 3 رو گوش دادیم با هم دیگه. امیدوارم براتون مفید واقع شده باشه. براتون آرزوی موفقیت میکنم. خیلی ممنون هستم که با من همراه بودین. خدا نگهدار.